Greetings and welcome to another episode of Sonic Odyssey, the music video channel dedicated to bringing you the last 5 decades or so of music in review and discussion format. Before we go any further, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video channel so you can stay up to date. Share the video with your friends through the Share tab. You can post to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and many other social media accounts. And also please consider visiting my Patreon page. There's a link in the show description below. Okay, that's the housekeeping out of the way. Today's video we're going to be looking and listening to the brand new album from Miami, Florida's technical death metal band Abiotic. The album, entitled Ikigai, forgive me for that, it is a Japanese word and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Ikigai, was released just a couple of weeks ago on February 12th, 2021. Ikigai, which translates from the Japanese to a reason for being, is Abiotic's third full-length release, and it's their first release in 5 years. They sort of broke up in 2016, but reformed in 2018 and released a single in, I think it was 2019, called Emerald, quite a good song, a tribute to a friend of theirs whose wife had passed away. That single is available, by the way, for $1 on Bandcamp, and it's worth getting, and a quarter of the proceeds go to help the family heal, so and help the education of the 10 or 11-year-old child that was survived by the passing of the mother. So the lineup of Abiotic is Matt Mendez on guitar, Jonathan Matos on guitar, Travis Bartasek on vocals, Killen Duarte on bass, and Anthony Lusk-Simone on drums. Formed prior to 2010, the band has had a few lineup changes, but this quintet has been steady since 2018, 2019. They've been fairly consistent in the lineup. Ikigai marks a departure for the band band's prior two releases. Those earlier efforts were lyrically more science fiction oriented, but Ikigai is a different breed entirely. And lyrically it's dealing with more personal matters, facing intolerance, addiction, being abused as a child, climate change, and the perpetual struggle of finding one's reason for being in life. Let's give a listen to some of the album now with a snippet from the title track itself, Ikigai. Ikigai is the second track on the album, and it follows a 57-second musical introduction or prelude called Natsukashi, which translates closely to the feeling of nostalgia. It's very Oriental in tone with Oriental instrumentation, and serves wonderfully as a table setter for what you can expect in the album itself. As heard briefly in the sample from the song Ikigai, the motif is carried over in the song. The next song on the album is Covered the Cold Earth, which is a complex song incorporating complementary guitar solos, and even has some piano tossed in the mix, while almost coming across as an industrial rock song. There are numerous guest appearances on this album, including Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder, Brandon Ellis, also from the Black Dahlia Murder, Jared Smith from Archspire, Scott Carstairs of Fallujah, and a couple of others. A highlight guest appearance is Jonathan Carpenter, formerly of the band The Contortionist, contributing clean singing on the track Grief Eater, Tear Drinker. Let's give a listen to a little bit of that song. It's the 10th track on the album, and here's a bit of Grief Eater, Tear Drinker. This snippet provides a wide-ranging soundscape and shows how well developed the song structures are. The entirety of Ikigai, the album, is sweeping in its creator's depth of talent and passion for the project. That it was a labor of love and pain is clear in the clarity of the presentation, which is masterful and dynamic. Abiotic has presented Ikigai to the world and borne its soul in doing so. There are stellar performances from the entire band, and the vocal performance from Travis is reaching, it's far-reaching and emotional. It's a powerful delivery, and really carries the message of the lyrics of the songs very well. This is technical death metal at its best, and a technical death metal fan's dream come true. It's got marvelous production. There are incredible bass lines throughout most of the songs. On the song entitled Her Opus Mangled, there's a bass solo that has two different bass tones and is really quite beautiful, and that song itself also is a wonderful addition to the album. It's a marvelous collection of songs. There's not a sleeper or a snoozer on the album. They're marvelous technical death metal songs with flourishes of jazz and classical elements in the mix. It comes through clearly in the songs, and also the Oriental motifs show up in a few of the tracks over the course of the album. So I give Abiotic's Ikigai 5 out of 5 stars. It is their third effort. It is a mature effort. It is a well-produced, marvelously mixed album, and fantastic for getting into from beginning to end. As I said, with the opening track being a very Oriental style instrumental piece leading into Ikigai, the song, it really takes you in and holds on to you. It captures your attention, your emotions, and keeps you bound to it and makes you want to listen to it immediately once the album is finished. So again, I give it 5 out of 5 stars. I'm highly impressed with this release. I think they did a fantastic job, and I can't wait for them to do more. I hope it doesn't take another 5-year hiatus. With that being said, once more I would ask you to please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and please consider visiting my Patreon page. Your patronage would be greatly appreciated. With that being said, I wish you a great day or a great night, whatever it may be when you're watching this, and until next time, peace and be well. Bye.